when I first realized I wanted to name this project Don't Say Goodnight, it was when I was listening back to Afterglow for like the 30th time. We were already in the process of making it, like it was almost final, and it was just kind of something I whispered at the end of the song, but I knew the end felt important and I didn't want to get rid of it, so I made sure that we kept it in there for some reason. But when it hit me, I heard me say "Don't Say Goodnight" in the background, and it was like the last thing I said in the song, and I was like, that perfectly encapsulates everything I was trying to say and have been saying in all the records I've been making all year. And they were just kind of a collection of songs I was putting together, waiting for that bigger sense of meaning behind it. So to me, the record means like, it's kind of like a concept. It feels like you're moving through, or really after, like the greatest night of your life, like, or a great night doesn't have to be the best, but it was a wonderful night, and like it's one of those things you just can't recreate, not exactly the same. So it feels like In the Light and Levitate and Hear Me Out are like yellow. Like you're still at the party, you're dancing, you're one of the last people there, you're just like trying to soak every minute up before it's just gone, and it's going to be a sad, like a hard goodbye. And then it moves into like the middle section of the project, which is like Afterthought and Anything at All, and The City, and You Don't Know Me, and those feel kind of like red to me. They feel angry and bitter, like a demand for change, and kind of like when you're angry, like you wish that you'd done stuff differently. It could be just in life, or it could be in that moment. They're my little like rock moment, because that was something I was really trying to like pursue for my sound, was change it to more of like a indie rock kind of vibe, something that felt more true to me. And then you get into like the end where I reincorporated Running, which felt so right for this record, and especially like the remix, it feels apocalyptic, or like after midnight. It just feels like late, like in the night, like you listen to it like alone, and it makes so much sense. But that's where I feel like the record turns into like a blue or green, like it gets melancholic. And going into Goodbye, that's where I think I like learned to appreciate all the things I couldn't change and everything that has brought me to that point, but still having a hard time letting go. And then I ended the record with Afterglow, because obviously that just kind of is like the bow on top. Like that is exactly it's like the statement for what this means. And making this project this year was just so cool, and like it's so different than anything I made. Like I don't know how that'll translate to the listener, but making In the Light and Afterglow were kind of like the most important things I've ever made. And they're the last two songs I'm releasing before the record, but I got to make those with Joey, and they just felt like exactly what I've been wanting to make my whole time making music, like the past 7-8 years. And I'm just so baffled by the response, like getting to like see people actually acknowledge me in my real life, and like even online or whatever, just like they see me as an artist, and it's cool to be like, just achieve what you've always wanted, kind of, and I've always been in my own way. There's no reason that no one ever looked at me like that. It's just I'm too shy sometimes, but this is my pursuit of putting myself out there in whatever way I can. And I've worked with so many amazing people on this project. It's so cool to like expand. Like I made my last 2 records with David Mason, who's freaking awesome, and he's been the first person to believe in me, and it's so cool to have him still all over this record in all kinds of different ways. And I got to work with like Marley and Astro Man and Dodgers, and I don't know, it just feels like I'm not ready to let go, but this is the perfect story I want to tell right now, and it's not the end. So I mean, simply put, don't say goodnight.